Obviously, look, a disappointing loss. It was disappointing because there was a lot at stake, and we know that. We had a fast start, was encouraged by that. And then uncharacteristically this season, we didn't finish or play nearly well enough in the second half, both offensively and defensively. Time of possession, the third down numbers, our rushing numbers fell off in the second half. Credit Los Angeles for fighting their way back in, and we didn't make enough plays in the end. So we go from there. Any questions?
Take us through that end of half sequence from the punt through the fair catch free kick. And the penalty obviously was a costly one.
Yeah, look, I think 40, 41 seconds to start the drive. We'll try to see. Typically, you'd be pretty conservative. We're going to have the ball. We ran a screen. And then when the clock got low enough, there wasn't, we didn't get any momentum going there. We just ran the ball and punted it. The penalty puts them in a position then, basically, anytime you catch a punt, you have the ability to place it right there and get a free kick. Doesn't happen much. We practice it all the time. Well, in that situation, the penalty put them in field goal position, so it's disappointing.
Sean, what did you like from the run game on that first drive, and kind of what do you think led to those drop in numbers moving forward?
Well, look, we had some attempts. Maybe the execution. I'll see the film. The first drive was the rhythm we wanted, the tempo we wanted, and yet, in the second half, we get some pressure looks. When they're playing from behind. So, we didn't sustain it enough, and certainly I got to look at all right each series. Hey, with some of these looks. What are some of the runs maybe we can still get to? We have plenty of work on the run game going into the game. I thought the young backs did a good job. We'll keep working those guys.
Coach, with 5 minutes left, it's 4th and 5. You decide to punt. Was there any thought of going for it there?
Yeah. But the timeouts, all the percentages, field position, we just couldn't get them stopped.
What were your thoughts on some of the penalties? You touched upon Trayvon Smith. There was
that obviously cost us personal. Look, that final game go-ahead drive, what were there, 3? There were 3 penalties in that final drive. And, look, it keeps continuing, so we got to do a better job coaching because it's not like it's new. And so it'll cost you. It'll cost you in games.
Coach, can you explain the comfortability of Nix at this stage of his rookie season and how he's evolved to this point?
Yeah, listen, he's competing, playing well, preparing. He's a fighter. Made some plays like he does each week with his feet, and puts us in a good position to win. So he's doing really good.
Coach McConkey's obviously a good player. What do you think he was doing to be able to find that?
Yeah, we dropped coverage. We dropped coverage tonight 5 different times.
It's sort of surprising, right? You haven't had that many.
Look, in a short week, we got to look closely at, why are these things happening? But 5 different times we had free runners. And you can't have one of their top receivers not covered.
Is your message still, you got all you want still in front of you as you move on here?
I'll give you the message when we have a message, but right now look, we gotta make the corrections in this game, right? And then we get back to getting ready to play Cincinnati. So we got to find a way to get the 10th win. We know that. So, but I wasn't worried about messages after that game in the locker room.
What's the best things you're seeing out of your club, though, at this stage?
That's fight. They're fighting. I think we're playing hard. But we got to be smarter, and we got to be smarter as coaches as well.
Did you think after, the obviously strange sequence at halftime, but then you had a 6.5-minute drive, field goal to start third quarter, did you feel like you had sort of wrestled it back into your control
Sure.
at that
I
point?
mean, that was an important drive. Yeah. Yeah, that was, because look, when at the end of the half, you know, as a coach, you're starting with the ball. So 41 seconds though, we're going to throw a screen. We're going to try, we're going to see if we can get a little momentum maybe, and then, run the clock down. The penalty wasn't real smart.
Sean, I know you got to look at the tape. What do you think of Abrams' drain in the game?
Yeah, overall, he's been a pleasant surprise. All right, watching him, I'm encouraged that he's getting to play. Some of these young guys are getting to play. Audric the same way. So we'll keep playing those guys.
How would you assess the breakdown on that 34-yard touchdown at the end by Hassan?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Okay.
It wasn't good.